ask yourself what you deserve, and then ask yourself, what do you want? I'm about to coach all of y'all at the same time. You ready? I'm about to coach all of you guys at the same time. Ask yourself, what do you want? I can keep reminding you that you're the prize. I can keep telling you that you're a diva, divine, intelligent, vivacious, and alluring. I can keep telling you that there is a man who will love your dirty draws. Somebody who is effed up, fun, faithful, and wants forever to love your soul. There's somebody out there just for you. But for whatever reason, you keep selecting the dysfunctional ones. So ask yourself honestly what you think you deserve. So listen, divas, for you make it happen type women, for you boss divas, which I'm talking to you, all of you, then you're most likely going to be in your masculine energy unless you intentionally activate your feminine energy. That's why whenever we go on the live, I say, get out your lipstick, put your lipstick emoji up, and activate your feminine energy, and we put our lipstick on together. That's a whole process that I teach you at Diva University and Boss Diva University, but one of the easiest ways to do it, to start the process, is feeding you, ladies. Listen, let me tell you how biochemically increasing your feminine energy benefits you. When you increase your feminine energy, it raises your estrogen. Now listen, to activate your feminine energy, it's important that you go to the core. There's a meditation that I do with you guys to literally turn on. It's like a switch to turn on your feminine energy. And once you get the fire going, just imagine like a fire pit. To keep the fire going, you put logs in the fire, right? To make the fire grow bigger, to make the fire consistently burn. That's what activating your feminine energy is. You turn on the switch, you activate the feminine energy, and you keep putting logs and feeding that feminine energy. It's really important because as you feed your feminine energy, ladies, you raise your estrogen. As you raise your estrogen, you increase your mental well-being, decrease depression. You decrease the risk of cancers. You increase the risk of happiness. You make yourself more attractive. You are open and receptive to receiving a man's love when you increase your estrogen and your feminine energy. Estrogen increase benefits you in so many ways. For ladies who want to have a baby, it also helps you with being able to have a baby. A lot of women have a hard time being able to have a baby because their estrogen production is way too low. Then they find when they start feeling loved, because if you have sex just to have a baby, that's masculine energy. If you're making love and receiving the love, that's feminine energy. You will find yourself become more fertile when you allow yourself to receive love rather than trying to do love, rather than trying to get love. That's the reason why, ladies, shooting your shot is masculine energy. No matter what a man says, any man, and I know it's different ones out there, and look, whatever way, what rocks your boat is what rocks your boat. But if you want a masculine man, if you want a man who has the ability to profess, propose, claim you, then you want a man with masculine energy. Because if he is too much in his feminine energy, it's going to drain you. It will drain you. If you get a feminine man, you're going to find yourself being the one that has to do everything. Now you have to come from your job, from your career, home, and do everything. Aren't you tired? Aren't you tired of that? It will drain you because you'll be in your masculine energy. It will raise your testosterone, lower your estrogen. When you increase your estrogen, you increase cortisol production. Increase in cortisol is a stress response hormone, loves. Men have 10 times more testosterone than women. Women have 10 times more estrogen than men. When it's out of balance, it causes problems biochemically. There's a science to all of this, ladies. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't feel like playing games. I don't feel like doing this. It's understanding the science and acting accordingly. You don't say that when you're trying to get a job. Your hair does fall out when your estrogen drops too. You gain weight when your estrogen drops. You know, when you're stressed out with a man that you got to do everything for, who's not nurturing you, who doesn't listen to you, who doesn't feed you, it drains you energetically. It drains your estrogen. Your estrogen literally needs a man to feed it. Now, here's the thing. Some women say, oh, I have my family, I have my friends. Your family and your friends feed your progesterone, not your estrogen. And I know I'm getting deep here, but keep up with me. This is biochemically, right? And during certain parts of your cycle, you need certain energies. You need to nurture certain relationships. There's a time of your cycle that you need to nurture your female relationships. It's necessary. Right. There's a certain time in your cycle that you need a man to nurture your feminine energy. And there's a certain part of your cycle where you need to nurture your energy. You know, we hear this self-love, 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 and self-love is very important. But there's certain times of the month where you need it more. For those of you who are new, for my newbies, I graduated pre-med biology, and I was going to be a pediatric cardiologist. I was accepted like one of only 100 out of like thousands of applicants to UGA's medical program when I was in college. I was a pharmaceutical sales rep for many years. I'm a science girl. That's the reason why a lot of the books that I'm referring to is science. That's why a lot of the videos that I talk about, it's all science. The name of the book is, here, let me show you. Is it this one? All right, so y'all are familiar with John Gray? John Gray writes, Men are from Mars, women are from Venus, right? Do you see it? He also writes another book called Mars and Venus on a Date. Do you ever have masculine energy? All of us do. All of us do. The problem is when your masculine energy gets out of balance. So this is a good book too. You're going to find that a lot of the stuff I talk about is in this book. Helen Fisher is another resource that I use when I'm talking about the science. I have all John Gray books. Authors that talk about like the science and anthropology of dating and all of that stuff and love and attraction. I study all of them.